only just the physical aspect, but it is way beyond that. The holistic development of a child takes into account the nurturing and nourishment of the first 5 years and also the five important koshas. So I would request your inputs on the same, so please.
Okay, thank you for that question. I was in fact expecting that question. When we talk about the first 5 years of education in any toddler's life, now you know that since NEP is into force, 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 years of education have been recognized by the government, which means the first 5 years, which is starting from the pre-KG, which is nursery, till grade 2, is going to have an important role in any child's future development as far as schooling is concerned. Now, the first 5 years plays an important role. Now, as per UNICEF, if we talk about what is the population of India, 141 crores, that is as per 2022 census. Out of 141 crores, you know how many children are eligible for preschools as per UNICEF report, which is around 15%. What is the preschooling age? Starting from 2 years to 6 years. So if you take 15% of 141 crores, it comes up to around 21 CR. Now if you consider this figure of 21 CR, out of that, again as per UNICEF report, 20% are already enrolled into preschools. Not only preschools, Anganwadis, Balwadis. Now when we talk about Anganwadis, Balwadis, they are government run centers, preschools are private as per our regular understanding. Now again there is a divide. When we talk about these 21 crore children, out of that 60% are enrolled for private schools and 40% are for the government schools. Now what is the divide? Here I am talking about the first 5 years of development. Since this is going to play an important role, not many parents are aware that what is required for the first 5 years of education. They think grade 1, हमने भी grade 1 में ही enrollment लिया था, तो क्या ज़रूरी है नर्सरी में डालने की, LKG में डालने की? It is a waste of money. So this is where the problem is. Parents are not educated. The 90% of the brain neural connectivity, or we spoke about neural education this morning, happens, that neural connectivity by the age of 6, 90%. What does that mean? Either we have to tap it or lose it. If you are going to lose it, who is going to be the most affected among these? The country. We are building the future of the country. So somewhere we are going to lose a huge chunk of talent, the foundational literacy among these children. This is going to have a very big impact on their future learning abilities. How many are school principals who are already from grade 1 to grade 10 here? I am sure almost all of you. When we as preschools, making them school ready by teaching them up till UKG, which is like the first 4 years or 3 years, you have to believe that whatever the foundational program which is being run in these preschools plays a very important role in their grade 1 to grade 10 performance. Why? It is very simple. The basics play an important role. You take an example of the COVID affected children. The COVID-19 which came into picture had a great negative impact on all these preschooling kids who are even struggling even today to come up to their basic levels. Even now we have many children who are getting that challenge to cope up with their peers who are post-COVID students who have enrolled after COVID. Why? It is simple. They did not get that opportunity to get enrolled into a preschool during COVID. 2 years, 3 years, they lost it like anything. So that is the live example that the first 5 years of education play a very important role. And we have to take into consideration with serious, policies, fundings, whatever is available as a school. Maybe if there is a support available from the government, we can take, or any body, local bodies we can take, in order to ensure that this large chunk, which is the major chunk, an important chunk, is not going to go waste. So that plays a very important role, no doubt.
Very true. During COVID, even we all as principals have been witnessing the children.
Sure. So, when we talk about the inputs or the pedagogy that we are supposed to follow in a preschool, we always keep in mind what is that they're going to do in their higher schooling. Now, we have a primary school also, high school also, wherein we have seen the difference. I'll tell you where exactly. There's something called Montessori education, we all know about. There are two dimensions to preschool, one is playway and one is Montessori. Montessori, if you follow a pure Montessori preschooling technique, then definitely you're not going to survive in our country as a student, because Montessori does not promote writing till the age of 6. But if you Indianize the Montessori techniques, wherein if you make it suitable for our Indian students and you train them according to the Montessori techniques, it can create wonders. I'll tell you why. Say, taking the example of numbers. It is easy to teach numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a pre-KG child. He will remember that in a series, which is rote learning. As you said, like, along with me, say, okay, class. Yeah, sing along. When we teach them, okay, why 2 is bigger than 1, or say why 2 come after 1, that is important. That is the concept. So we are teaching 2 is 1 more than 1. So it comes after 2, comes after 1. Similarly, 3, 4, 5. We are teaching them quantities. How much 2 is 2? With the fingers, with the wooden objects which are available under Montessori scheme. So this is definitely going to take care of the conceptual understanding, which is very, very important. Otherwise, what is happening? Today, students are irritated, all the schooling students, preschooling, I can't say preschooling, but yes, when we talk about grade 1 onwards, students find it difficult to study subjects like English, science, social science, just because they have to remember a lot of things. There is no need to remember. It is about application of your mind, application of your ideas. And that comes when you have been trained already in your preschool to think conceptually, not with the memory, not with the memorization. So this is where we are playing an important role. So conceptual understanding plays an important role. Other than that, you have to always go for practical first, theory next, which is highly advisable. Why? Because theory we hardly remember. If I ask you, what do you remember the first thing, if I ask you about your plus 2 or schooling, you would definitely say the science labs or the biology labs, isn't it? So this is all about the practical that we are talking about. Students, in preschool, they love doing practicals. They love having the experiential learning. Yes, so hands-on activities. So, and that stays with them for the rest of their lives. Why? Because it is simple. What they do, they will definitely remember. What they are not doing, they will not remember. They will memorize. So it is learning by doing is something which we are supposed to focus upon, be it playway or Montessori. So this is where we are.
Very true. It's been always there, the kindergarten method, the Maria Montessori method. It was always there, but I don't know how the community or the education sector all of a sudden drifted away from it. And